Welcome back, student, in the third lecture on chapter linear equations into variables. In the last lecture, I had wrongly plotted this point minus 1 5 in the fourth quadrant, but actually it should lie in the second quadrant, that is here minus 1 5. And fortunately the graph of the line remains same. Why? Because the point minus 1 5 which lies in the second coordinate lies on the same line, that is x plus y equal to 4. So answer does not change, it remains the same. Only this mistake was there, so please correct. Now we are moving further to solve linear equations into variables by one more method, and that is the determinant method. So first of all, we will understand what we mean by the determinant. Here I am drawing like picture of a determinant. So students, this type of arrangement of the numbers is called as a determinant. Here you can see that the arrangement of numbers in the form A, B and C, D, okay, these are called as the rows. These are called as the rows, horizontal. And if you take, this one A and C, okay, and this is B and D, these are called as columns. These are called as rows and these are called as columns. So this type of arrangement of the numbers is called as determinant. Okay, this determinant contains two rows and two columns, hence the degree of the determinant is 2. What is the degree of the determinant? It is 2. Why? Because there are two rows and two columns. You can see all these things on page 10 of your textbook. Now we will see the working on determinant, how to find the value of the determinant. Okay, to find the value of the determinant, we have to multiply to get the value of the determinant. I have written the same determinant here, so this is equal to, you have to multiply. We generally call it as a cross multiplication. I am putting the arrow mark. Just see, multiply A with D, so I'll get a product AD, and from that product you have to subtract the another product. So another product is BC. This is the value of this determinant. Okay, now this is determinant of degree 2 because in each row there are two elements and in each column there are two elements. That is why the degree of this determinant is called as 2. And the value of the determinant is obtained by this way, cross multiplying the elements. A into D gives you the product AD. From that subtract the another product BC. Okay, now there are examples following this on the same page of your textbook. You can find the examples so that you will be more thorough with the study of determinant. I am writing the other examples. So question is, find the values of the following determinants. So the first one is A 5739. The second one is N equal to minus 8, 2, minus 3, 4. And the third one is B 2 root 3, 2, 9, 3 root 3. Now we will find the values of all. Okay, value of the determinant A equal to, which is this. Now how to do? Cross multiply. 5 into 9, it is 45. 5 into 9 minus other product is 3 into 7. So that is equal to 45 minus 21. 45 minus 21 is 24. This is the value of the first determinant. Second, cross multiply again, but cross multiplication should start from this element. So it is minus 8 into 4 minus 3 into 2. Okay, be very careful. So what we have to write is minus 8 into 4 minus 32 minus product of minus 3 and 2 is minus 6. So it is ultimately minus 32 plus 6. And what is minus 32 plus 6? It is minus 26. And for this, 2 root 3 multiplied by 3 root 3. So this is equal to 2 root 3 multiplied by 3 root 3. Recall the 9th standard third chapter. 9 into 2 now. Another product 9 into 2. Multiply these two mixed surds. The rational part 3 2s are 6. And the irrational part root 3 into root 3 will give you 3. So 6 into 3 minus 9 2s are 18. So we have 18 minus 18, which is equal to 0. So the value of this determinant is 0. Same way, many different numbers can be given, and the method you have to follow will be the same. Okay, this type of arrangement of the numbers in the form of rows and columns is called as determinant. Now we are seeing that how this determinant method is used to solve linear equations in two variables. So now we will see how determinant method, which is also called as Cramer's rule. Please student remember, determinant method is also called as Cramer's rule. So how determinant method is used to solve linear equations in two variables. I have written a solved example which is given on page number 14 of your textbook. They have given that solve 5x plus 3y equal to minus 11 and 2x plus 4y equal to minus 10 using Cramer's rule. So at the first, in the beginning, what we have to do? We have to number the equations. Okay, so let us number them. Let this equation 5x plus 3y equal to minus 11 be equation number first, and 2x plus 4y equal to minus 10 be equation number second. Now what we will do? Now we will compare these equations with the general form. Now comparing, we have to write, and be very careful. Now comparing equations first and second with general form. a1x plus b1y is equal to 7 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. We get, we have to compare these equations, the equation first and second with the general forms. So a1, b1, c1 are the real numbers which are used in the equations, whereas x and y are the variables. So if you compare, first equation with this and second equation with this, we get a1 equal to 5, b1 equal to, you can see b1 equal to 3, c1 equal to, you will get minus 11. A2 now, second equation, A2 is 2, B2 is 4, and C2 is minus 10. So first of all, we should give the equations, given equations, the numbers, equation first, equation second. Then we have to compare these two equations with the general forms. a1x plus b1y equal to 7 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2. After that, because of the comparison, we get the values of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Now this, like a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2, we have to arrange this way. So the numbers a1, a2, b1, b2 will form a determinant which is denoted as D. C1, C2, B1, B2 is arranged in the form of a determinant. These are arranged in the form of determinant which is given the name dx, and A1, A2, C1, C2 terms are arranged in this manner to get a third determinant dy. So after getting A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, we have to arrange all these terms in the form of three determinants. And you notice for the determinant D, we are using A1 and A2 and B1 and B2, means this term, the coefficients of x and coefficients of y. For getting dx, those coefficients which are used with x are not used. So we write the C1, C2 and B1, B2 term, C1, C2 and B1, B2 term. And for getting the determinant dy, we are not using the coefficient which are used with variable y, that is 3 and 4, but we are using the coefficients used with x and the constant terms. So a1, a2 and c1, c2 are used to construct these three determinants. So this is a specific arrangement of all the six terms to get three determinants. After getting the three determinants, now how to solve this equation? So I will now remove this so you can understand. So students, determinant D will be, as I have written here, A1, A2, B1, B2. So 5 and 2 this column, and 3 and 4 this column will give the determinant D. And so the value of this determinant will be 5 4s are 20 minus 3 2s are 6. 20 minus 6 is 14. For the determinant dx, you know how to arrange the terms. C1, C2, B1, B2. Minus 11, minus 10, minus 11, minus 10. This is one column, B1, B2, another column, 3 and 4. This will give us the determinant value of the determinant dx. It is minus 11 into 4. So it is minus 44, minus 3 into minus 10 is minus 30. So minus 44 plus 30, minus 44 plus 30, it will be equal to minus 14. And the third determinant dy is made up of A1, A2 and C1, C2 column. A1, A2 is 5, 2 and C1, C2 is minus 11 and minus 10 column. Now how to get the value of this? 5 into minus 10 is minus 50, minus 11 into 2 is minus 22. So it is minus 50 plus 22. And what is the value of minus 50 plus 22? It is minus 28. So we got values of three determinants d, dx and dy. Now how to get the values of the variable x and y? How to solve the linear equations in two variables? Now to get the value of x, what we will write? Just see. To get x, we have to write x is equal to dx upon d, which is equal to value of determinant dx, which is equal to minus 14 upon value of determinant d is 14. So that will give me minus 1. And to get the value of variable y, we have to write dy upon d. And that will give me dy is minus 28 upon d is 14. Minus 28 upon 14 is minus 2. If you cancel, here also we cancel, and we got minus 1, here we get minus 2. Okay, so finally what we got? X equal to minus 1 and y equal to minus 2. X, value of x is minus 1, value of y is minus 2. So x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to minus 2 is the solution of given simultaneous linear equations. Okay, this is how we have to solve the linear equations in two variables or simultaneous linear equations in two variables by using determinant method or Cramer's rule. Please remember, we have to give the equations their number 1 and 2, and then we have to compare them with the standard form to get 6 values: a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, and we have to make 3 determinants out of those 6 values: the determinant d, the determinant dx and determinant dy. And to get the value of variable x, we have to write the value of determinant of x upon determinant d, and to get the value of variable y, we have to write value of determinant in y, that is determinant of y and determinant d, and we get the values of x and y, which is nothing but the solution of the given simultaneous linear equation. Now we will solve the first sum of practice set 1.3, because we were practice set 1.2. I have given you homework. I hope you will have done this. Now the first sum of practice set 1.3 is this. First sum is this. Fill in the blanks. They have given a determinant having column 3, 4 and 2, 5. The elements 3 and 5 are multiplied. You know how to get the value of the determinant. 3 multiplied by, they have kept a box here, so I have to write another number 5. Minus this product 2 into 4, they have given into 4, so there must be 2 here. Now we have to write the product. 3 5s are 15, minus 2 4s are 8. 15 minus 8 is 7. This is like, activity like sum. They can ask this type of sum for 1 mark. Now question 2. Question 2 is finding the value of the determinants. Okay, I will solve the third sum because it is a product of the two fractions there. So I will solve the third sum of the question 2. First 2 sum I will keep for you to solve. This is the third sum of question 2. Two columns of fractions are given. Now as usual, the method is same. How to get the value of this determinant? 7 upon 3 multiplied by 1 upon 2 minus, so this product minus this product, 5 upon 3 into 3 upon 2. Now you know how to multiply two fractions. the numerators are multiplied directly and denominators are directly multiplied. So here there is no cancellation, so 7 ones are 7 upon 3 twos are 6, minus here we can cut this 3 and 3, so 1 is there, 1 is there, 5 ones are 5 upon 2, 5 upon 2, and then how to subtract these two fractions. So you know this type of cross multiplication is done. 7 into 2, that is 14, minus 5 6 are 30, divided by product of 6 and 2 is 12. 14 minus 30 is minus 16 because it is a big number subtracted from the small number, and upon 12 cancellation of in the table of 4 4s are and 4 3s are, so value of this discriminant is value of this determinant is minus 4 upon 3. This is how, like, you have to solve the determinant and get the values. First two sums of question 2 will be homework. Now we are solving question 3rd of practice set 1.3, where we are using Cramer's rule to solve simultaneous linear equations in two variables. I am writing the first question. So here is the first question. The equations are 3x minus 4y equal to 10, and other equation is 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. Now in the solution what we write? We number the equation. Let 3x minus 4y equal to 10 be equation number 1, that is first, and second 4x plus 3y equal to 5 be equation second. Now the next step, comparison. Compare or comparing equations first and second with general forms, right? A1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. We have to get the 6 values. A1 will be equal to 3. A1 is equal to 3. B1 is equal to minus 4. C1 is equal to, we already numbered them, C1 is equal to 10. Also A2 is the x coefficient of second equation, so it is 4. B2, y coefficient of the second equation, 3, and C2 is equal to 5. After getting A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, we have to make 3 determinants out of these 6 values. The determinant D, dx and dy. So D will be A1, A2, B1, B2, which is equal to A1, A2 is A1, 3, A2 is 4, so 3, 4, B1, B2, minus 4 and 3, minus 4 and 3. What is the value of this determinant? 3 3s are 9, minus 4 4s are 16, minus 16. And this is 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 will be 25. I am writing for short. Okay, for the determinant dx, columns are C1, C2, B1, B2. C1 is 10, C2 is 5, so 10 and 5. B1, B2, B1 is minus 4 and B2 is 3. So the value of this determinant is 10 3s are 30, minus 4 5s are minus 20, negative 20. 30 minus 20 is 30 plus 20, which is equal to 50. And for the determinant dy, A1, A2, 3 and 4 again, 3 and 4, and C1, C2, 10 and 5, 10 and 5. These are how we have to arrange them. Cross multiply, 3 5s are 15, minus 10 4s are 40. 15 minus 40 is negative 25. So after getting the values of this d, dx and dy, we have to get x. X is dx upon d, and dx, value of dx is 50, whereas value of d is 25. 25 divided by 50 divided by 25 will be 2. And value of variable y is dy upon d. The value of dy, we already got, minus 25 upon value of determinant d is 25. 25 minus 25 upon 25 is minus 1. Therefore, x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 1. Y is equal to minus 1 is the solution of given simultaneous linear equations. Okay, this is how we have to solve or apply Cramer's rule to solve the linear equations in two variables. Today we saw the fourth method of solving simultaneous linear equations in two variables. Okay, and this method is called as determinant method, also called as Cramer's rule. Okay, again remember we have to give the numbers to the two equations and compare the two equations with the standard form. Standard forms are written in this way: a1x plus b1y equal to c1, a2x plus b2y equal to c2, and then after getting these six numbers, we have to make three determinants d, dx and dy by particularly arranging these columns. For d, okay, coefficients of x are not considered. For getting d, this constant terms c1 and c2 are not considered. Only coefficient of x and y are considered: a1, a2, b1, b2. For determinant dx, the coefficient of x are not considered, so constant term and the coefficients of y. And for determinant dy, okay, the coefficients which are there with y are not considered, only the x coefficients and the constant terms are considered. After that, how to solve rest of the sum you know very well. Finally, to get values of x and y, we have to write dx upon d for x and dy upon d for y, which are the solutions of the given simultaneous linear equations. In question 3, there are 6 questions, out of which I have solved the first one. So I hope you will be able to solve the question number 3, remaining 5 sums. Okay, so that will be your homework. Okay, and in question 2 already I gave you two determinants to solve. You have to find the values of the two determinants, question 1 and question 2 of question number 2. Okay, that will be your homework. So for today, this much is fine. Okay, much about this chapter we will see in the next lecture. Students, please keep in mind that these are not the lectures to be seen only. You should parallelly make your notebook a fresh notebook of algebra mathematics part 1 and write this chapter. Solve the sums systematically, practice set wise, practice set 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and even before every practice set you are given some solved examples, so you should solve examples also. And extra sums, when the chapter will be over, I will definitely give you the extra sums. Okay, for today this much is fine. Have a nice time. Good day, goodbye, take care.